Hello. So let me see if I'm live. Because something isn't working. Okay, and welcome to a new live stream by Exeter Academy. My name is Johan and I will be your host in this series. So I'm all the way better. I had like a really bad case of the flu, I had a really bad case of a cold, sniffles and everything, and it was just terrible. Alright, so in the last live stream, we created the retweet model and the retweet system. We also looked at the blacklist system, so how we're going to blacklist somebody. And if I'm not mistaken, we didn't create that yet. So let's go to protocols, new folder, blacklist protocols. And for the blacklist protocols, we're gonna write it a little bit differently than the CRUD protocols, because we don't really need to create, get all, update, and delete, I think. Or do we? So we want to create it. We also want to get it to see who we blacklisted. And so we can do different things, right? So we can update the blacklist, or we just delete it. In that case, we don't need to update it. Yeah, difficult. You know what? Let's just follow the CRUD protocols. It's probably the easiest way anyway. So let me see. So this was going to be blacklist protocols, and let's just call it protocol, just like we did before. Okay. So import vapor, import fluent. Okay, so now we can look at, let me think really quick. So we're going to say protocol, blacklist protocol of CRUD protocols. Let's open this one up. Let's first create an extension of blacklist protocol. Okay, so for this, we also need some DTO. So inside the DTO, we're going to create a new empty file. It's going to be blacklist DTO. Okay, so import vapor. Then we can say struct blacklist DTO of content. And we can say, let me think really quick. So what were the values again? So let's go back to the blacklist model. It's this one. I will make the code a little bit bigger so you guys can read it. Okay, so we're going to have the user ID, so that is us. So we can say let user ID is going to be user model.id value. Then we can say let reason. So the reason for the blacklist is a string. And we can say let blacklist till. Till is going to be a date. And let's also say blacklisted user ID. So we can say let blacklisted user ID. This is also going to be a user model.id value. And this is everything we need. Pretty cool. Okay, so we can say, okay, so let's go back to the blacklist model. And in this one, we're going to open up the retweet. No, we're going to open up retweet protocols really quick. And what we're going to do, we're going to be really lazy and we're going to copy these little friends here. For this one, we go to there. Let's close this. And we can just paste this in here. So where create DTO is going to be, wait, how did we call it? Blacklist DTO. So let's change this to create blacklist DTO. Let's also get struct update blacklist DTO of content. Okay, so what we want to update, we're not going to update the user ID because we need it, we already have it. We're also not going to update this one. So we're only going to update these two, right? So the reason in the blacklisted till, because maybe we want to blacklist the user longer than normally. Second. So for some reason, yeah, I'm following the live stream as well. just to make sure that everything is working. But for some reason I can't open the live stream and I'm playing around with. Okay, so sorry, I'm back. So for some reason my first stream started to hang. I don't know what happened, but it doesn't matter. So I'm checking OBS now, it's probably okay. So for the people who missed it, we created the blacklist DTO of struct create blacklist DTO, user ID, reason, blacklisted till, blacklisted user ID, and update blacklist DTO with a reason and a blacklisted till. Because we don't want to update the user ID or the blacklisted ID, we just want to update the reason or the blacklisted till, right? Okay, so in the last, when the stream started, I also created already the protocol for blacklist protocol of CRUD protocols. We already started to paste this in. So this is going to be the create blacklist DTO. This is going to be update blacklist DTO. So the model is going to be blacklist model. ID is going to be blacklist model.id. And I just noticed that it's hanging again. Okay, for some reason my stream is keep hanging. I don't know what happened. I think it's fixed now. Okay, so one more time. So we created, at the start of the stream, we started to create the blacklist protocol of CRUD protocols, where the create DTO is a create blacklist DTO, update DTO is update blacklist DTO, model is blacklist model, blacklist model ID, value, and a user ID. After that, I created the create blacklist DTO. So we're going to have a user ID, we're going to have a reason, we're going to have a blacklisted till, and a blacklisted user ID. And when we want to update it, we're only going to update the reason or the blacklisted till date, if we wanted that, right? Let's make this optionals so that we can play around with it. Okay, so then we go back to blacklist protocols. Okay, so let's open this one up really quick so that we can see the CRUD protocols again. Okay, so the first one is going to be this. Okay, let's open this one up. Okay, so we want to create a new blacklist value. So we can say let new blacklist. So we can say new blacklist item is equal to blacklist model. So we can say, I'm going to take this one. Okay, so the user ID is going to be dto.user ID. And I'm thinking about it, we don't need to do the user ID. What we can do something else. So we can actually get the user that's logged in. So we can say let user is equal to I think it was try rec.auth.get, and we're going to get the user model.self. And then user ID, we can say user.id. Just like this. Let me close this up really quick. And theoretically, I think this is going to crash. This is going to be dto.reason. Blacklisted user is going to be dto.blacklisted user ID. And I think this one is going to crash. This is going to crash at some point. I think because we're not doing a guard let. So instead of let's do guard let user. Else we can say throw abort dot forbidden reason, and the reason is going to be you have to be logged in to be able to blacklist. Okay, so since the last update of Xcode, which I downloaded, the code completion, everything is a total disaster. So I'm sorry for that. Let me close some extra stuff. Okay, so now there's another thing, because this can't be an optional. So what we can do, we can also create another guard let here. So we can say guard let user ID, user.id. No. User ID is equal to user.id. Else, we're going to do throw abort dot not found. Reason is going to be no user ID available. So later, of course, we're going to clean this up a little bit. Let me see really quick. And okay, so now we're going to take the user ID. So instead of user.id, we're going to do user ID, because this way we don't need to force unwrap it, and we don't need to worry about that it's not there. Because the moment when we create a new blacklist item, we have to make sure that the user ID is there, because if there's no user ID there, we get like these ghost items, and otherwise it's going to crash as well. So we don't do that. So now we can say let try await new blacklist item dot create on rec.db, just like this. Let's clean this up a little bit so that it looks better. Okay. So let me close Xcode really quick. Let me get rid of this little friend. Let's open up Xcode again. Okay. Let's open this one up again. And let's see if this fixes the problem. Okay. So the packages are finished. And I think the code is okay like it is now. So let's open up a second editor again. Let's go to crude protocol so that we can see what the next one is. So the next one is going to be the get. So let's also copy and paste that one. We can say extension of blacklisted protocol or blacklist protocol. And we want to get the object with the user of it, the ID available, right? So let's make this a little bit smaller. And now we can say guard let blacklist model dot find. So, and we're gonna need the ID, comma on rec.db. Else we can say throw abort dot not found reason, and the reason is gonna be there is no blacklist model, blacklist model with the ID of, let's do some string interpolation. We're going to say ID. And after that, we can say return. Oh, wait a second. We have to give this a value. Sorry. Blacklist item is equal to, and then we can say blacklist item. So next extension. So the next extension is going to be get all objects. So we're going to say get all, just copy and paste it. And the thing is we have to create a little helper function again, so that we only get the get all objects from the user ID, right? So for us, for example, as admins, we can use this one, but we have to create a small helper function so that we can get them by the ID of us, right? So let me see. So we can just say let blacklist items is equal to private blacklist model dot query on rec.db. Now we can say dot all. Now we can say return blacklist items. Pretty nice. So let's create the next one. That's going to be the updated. So let's grab that one, just like this. And we can do the same that we did here before. So let me see really quick. So we have here the blacklist item guardlet, but we can put this in a helper function as well. So let's go to, I think we had helper functions here. Let me see really quick. Ah, yeah. So in here, we can say extension of helper protocols. And we can do static func blacklist item exists underscore rec of request. Oh, request. We're going to take underscore ID. And this is going to be the value of blacklist model.id value. Then we're going to say async throws. And we can just open this one up. Now I'm thinking about it. We have to change this one. So we have to throw back the retweet model. And in this one, we also have to throw the blacklist model. Let me close this one up so that we have a little bit more space. So now we can say, we can go back to the blacklist protocol. And before the CRUD protocols, we can say helper protocols, comma. And now instead of running blacklist model of find, we can copy and paste this. Let's go back to the helper. Let's paste this in here. Oh, wait a second. Guard let blacklist item is equal to blacklist model.find. Now we can say return blacklist item. We can take this one again. And we can change this, so we can get rid of this one. And we can just do blacklist items exist on rec, comma, and we're going to take the ID. And we can get rid of guard. We don't need it anymore. We can only have to do let blacklist item. Pretty nice. So now we can copy and paste this one. We can put it in here. And now we can say blacklist item dot. And we can say, let me see really quick. So we have to call them all, right? So we're going to call the user ID is equal to blacklist item dot user ID. Blacklist item dot reason is equal to DTO dot reason. Else, we're going to get blacklist item dot reason. Blacklist item dot blacklisted dot blacklisted till is equal to DTO dot blacklisted till else blacklist item dot blacklisted till, and last but not least blacklist item dot blacklisted user ID is equal to blacklist item dot blacklisted user ID. Try await. Blacklist item dot save on rec.db, and we're gonna say return dot okay. So last but not least is going to be the delete function. So static func delete object on underscore rec of request, comma underscore ID of ID. Right? Yes. Async throws. We're gonna throw an HTTP status. And in here we can call this one again. So let black list item is equal to black list item exists on rec, and we're gonna say ID, and then we're gonna say try wait blacklist item dot delete on. No, wait, yeah, wait. Yeah, on rec.db, and we're gonna say return dot okay. So pretty cool. This works for now. The function is, I think the function is finished. So we can now look at the next one. Okay, so now we have the functionality in place to blacklist somebody, right? So if something goes wrong, we can make sure that we can blacklist them if we want, if they do something that we don't like. And for some reason, I can't run the project for some reason. Let me keep package open really quick to see what happens. And while this is loading, wait, oh, it's finished. Okay, so let me see why I can't run this. Let's say Command R, Command B. Cannot build without. No schemes have been created. Open package resolution log. Let me see. Swift numerics, updating Swift numerics. The repository could not be found. Make sure a valid repository exists. And at the specified time and try again. Okay, so apparently something went wrong with updating the packages. Let's go to package really quick. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so I'm not able to run it at the moment, but I think this is just some bug in Xcode. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now the blacklist model is finished. What we can do under here, we can say extension of blacklist model. We're going to say blacklist protocol just like this. And there's one more thing we need to do now. We need to, let me see really quick how we did that in the, did we add it to the helper protocol? Let me see that really quick. Did we? No, we didn't. So let's see how we did that with the retweet protocol. Let's update. And we didn't, where did we add that? Ah, did we reuse the my tweet protocol for this, right? Wait, let's go to retweet protocol. Update. Ah, here, get my tweets by ID. So we are reusing this one, I see. And what we can do, let's change this a little bit. So instead of tweets, let's say get my objects, right? After that, we go back to my tweet protocol. Then we can just change this one. And now we can get the objects instead of the tweets. So let's go in here. Did we use it here as well? Get my tweets by ID. And we're going to say get my objects by ID. So this way we are going to make sure that we return the right objects and the right values. That is okay. And now we can also reuse it for the blacklist protocol. So we can say, let's do that in between here. So we can say extension of, what was it again? Oh, and we made a mistake here, I noticed. Blacklist protocol. Just like this. Let me get rid of this one really quick. Then we're gonna do that. So sometimes we make mistakes also in live streams, so this is how we fix them. So after that, blacklist protocol, and we can say static func. And we're gonna open this up, gonna do rec, comma ID. Wait, how did we call that? Let's see really quick. Let's copy paste this one so that we have the same function here. So for some reason there is an issue with my code completion. For the last few days it doesn't seem to work. Okay, so we want to get all the objects by the user ID, right? So we can say let blacklist items is equal to try await blacklist model dot query on track.db. We can say dot filter. We're gonna open this one up and we can say user ID. Oh wait. We have to do backslash dot pound or the dollar sign, and we can say user ID is equal to ID dot all, just like this. So now the blacklist protocol is officially finished, and this is a way how we can retrieve the our own objects using the ID, right? And I think there's one more thing we need to do, and we have to adapt this one, and we have to do get my treats protocol. Was that the name? Oh, my treat protocol. Let's copy and paste that one. Let's put it in here, comma. Perfect. So the blacklist protocol is finished. And let me see. So when we go to our database enum, we also have to start create blocked, followers, and likes. Let me see. Okay, so for blocked, let's create a new one for that. So in here, models, we're gonna say blocked block model, command N, Swift file, blocked model, just like this. And as you can see, it's trying to get packages, updating everything. But apparently something goes wrong with getting that. But I have to check. We will check that out when it's where we're going to run the project for the first time. So we're going to do import Fluent. Also going to do import Vapor, final class of blocked model, and this is going to be of a model static let schema. The schema is going to be a string. This is going to be database schema enum dot blocked dot raw value. So as I stated before, right, when we want to when we're going to work with blocked values, so we want to block somebody, right, we can do two different things. Or we create an array on the user model with everybody we block, or create a relation, and that is what we're going to do in here. It's just easier. It's also easier to update. Okay, so let's create first an extension on blocked model, struct field keys. Okay, so for the field keys, static var user ID. So the user ID is going to be the user, or it's going to be us. So the user that is blocking somebody. User ID. I'm also going to say static var blocked user ID on the and this is going to be of field. And then we can say then we're going to add a string here, and it's going to be blocked user ID. And we don't really need to create it at or anything. We can just do user ID and blocked user ID. So we can say add field key. So the key is going to be field keys dot user ID var user ID, and user ID is going to be of user model dot ID value, add field key field keys dot blocked user ID var blocked user ID is going to be of user model dot ID value. So now we can call the init. So we're going to call the initializer. And above here, required init as well. Okay, so the model for blocked is finished. Okay, so let's also create directly the followers and the likes. What we can do. So in here, we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this followers model. And the followers model is going to be a little bit like the same setup. So theoretically, what we could do, so we can just copy and paste all of this because it's going to be the same model. So what we could do, we could also extend on this. So we could say like we're going to make one class and we're going to inherit from that class, but we're just going to do it like this for now because we have been doing a lot of protocol stuff as well. You know what? I have a better idea. Let me think really quick. So it's a final class of model. Are we using the same? Yeah, we're almost using the same values, but it's going to be a little bit different. So let's just do it like this. So we're going to say followers model, import fluent, and in here we can say final class of followers model of model, static let schema is going to be string is equal to database schema enum dot dot followers dot followers dot raw value. Okay, perfect. So let me think really quick. So now we're gonna paste this stuff in. So instead of the blocked user, let's first change this to followers model. Instead of blocked user, it's gonna be follow user ID. Follow user ID. So that user ID is gonna be us. The follow user ID is gonna be the user that's following us. This looks beautiful. Now let me see the last one. And the last is going to be likes. So for likes, we can use the same structure as this one. Let's copy and paste the complete model. And in here we can create another one. And this was going to be likes model. Command N. Likes model. Import paper. Import fluent. Paste this in. This is going to be likes model. Let's copy and paste this one. And instead of follow user ID, it's going to be liked user ID. Instead of liked user ID, let's say liked post ID. Because that's the tweet. Or yeah, instead of post, let's say tweet. Liked tweet ID. And we're going to say liked tweet ID. Let's change the follow user ID to liked ID. And I just noticed that we forgot something. This is going to be the tweet model ID. And now I'm thinking about the thing, right? Because we have a liked tweet ID. Let's make this an optional field. And the reason why we make this an optional field is so that we can create another one, at optional field. Let me see really quick. Okay, so there is an issue here. So the thing is, we have tweets and we also have retweets. And in this case, we're going to take a tweet model.id value, but we can do two things. Or we make this, instead of an optional field, instead of a field, we make it an optional field. And we create a second field where we say, hey, listen, it's going to be a tweet or a retweet, what we like. But I think we're going to change this around. Instead of instead of tweet model, we can just say UUID. Let's get rid of this. This is going to be UUID. Perfect. Because then we can just paste any value inside there what we want and we can query it that way, right? Let's go back to the followers thingy because we forgot to do something here. So self.follower user follower user ID is equal to followers user ID, just like this. This looks nice. Likes model is also finished. Okay. So for the likes model, let me see really quick, because we have to look at this in an easy way, right? Because we want to, let me see really quick. So we have to query the amount of likes a post has, but we have to make sure that the user ID who's liking that post is also unique. But that's something we have to do in the migration part. So let me see. So the user ID, that's okay. The like tweet is also okay. Then we go back to the follower. Let's see how that works. This looks nice as well. Block model looks also how it should be. Okay, so we have finished that one, right? That's going to be okay. So now we're going to play around with the blocked. So that's the user that's blocked. So let's go to our little. Let's close these all up really quick. And we're going to create a new protocol. And this is going to be the blocked protocol. So for the blocked protocol, we're not going to use CRUD protocols because it doesn't make sense. So what we can do, we can say new empty file. We can say blocked protocol, because the block protocol is only going to be used on users, right? But theoretically, we could also throw it on the user protocols. So we can say import Vapor, import Fluent. So we can say protocol of blocked protocol. We can open this one up. And we can say static var, oh no, static func add to block list underscore rec of request. And then we can say ID, and the ID is going to be of user model dot ID value. You know what? No, we can leave it like this. Then we can say async throws. This is going to throw an HTTP status. And we can say static func add, and we can also say, what's the other one? So we have add, and we have retraction, right? But we can add, you know what? Delete from block list. Let's open this one up. Rec of request. Hey. Underscore. Oh, you know what? We can just call ID. It's going to be user model dot ID value. Okay. Async throws. There's also going to be an HTTP status. And as you noticed, right, I've been coding everything out of my head today because my code completion is not working. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now we can call extension of blocked protocol. And we're going to call this one first. So we're going to call this one. And we want to add something to the block list, right? So we want to get our own user. So what we, wait, let me check really quick. How did we do that in blacklist? Because theoretically we can do this differently, right? So let's go to the helper function really quick. Do we have that? Does it, okay, so above here, extension of helper protocols, we can say static func, and we can say get logged in user underscore rec of request async throws, and we're going to throw the user model. Let's open this one up. We're going to put this in here, and I'm going to say return user. And we don't really need the user ID here, so we can get rid of that. We can just do guardlight user. And let's also add this little friend here to our this one. And let's also make sure that we add the blacklist item model to add this one as well, just so that it's in the protocol itself, okay? So now we have the got logged in user, so we can call the helper function on the blocked protocol. So we can say helper protocols, just like this. Okay, so now we can say let user is equal to, and I think, what was it called? Retrieve, or get logged in user, get logged in user on rec. So now we have the user, and we can say let new block is equal to blocked model. So the user ID is ours, so user dot, we still have to call for the user ID here. Oh, we can say guard let user ID is equal to get user dot ID else throw abort. Oh, dot not found, and we can say reason, and we say no ID found on user. And in here, blocked for this one, we can just call ID. Oh, and this one has to be user ID, just like this. Okay, and now we can say try await. And we can say new block dot create on rec.db. And we can say return dot okay, just like this. Very nice. So now we have a simple add to block list. So the moment when we block somebody, we retrieve this, and the user can't see our stuff anymore and anything. So now we're also going to create an extension of blocked protocol. I'm going to take this one, HTTP status, let's add a T there. So this is the problem. For some reason it can't, like, I don't see any of my packages as well. Let's go to package really quick. Is there an issue here? Why it's not, no, let's comment B really quick. Cannot build scheme, no schemes have been created because resolution of package dependency failed. So let's do Command Shift K. So we're going to clean the project. Let me check here really quick if we can get the Swift language modes. It's going to be V5, that's okay. Let's change it to 14. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it tries to retrieve anything. And it doesn't. Okay. So I'm going to close my Xcode one more time. Okay, so now it's actually updating everything. Let's see if it works. And it didn't. So let's close Xcode one more time. I'm gonna open Xcode one more time to see if this works, and otherwise we have to look at the package dependency. So X API with Vapor. So normally under here you're gonna see some packages and everything. For some reason that is not working. So let's go to File, Packages, Reset Package Caches. And I think this is, yes, now it's working. Hey, look, so it's retrieving now all the packages. So if it ever happens you work with a lot of packages like Vapor, you can just go to File, Packages, and you can reset the package caches. And then it's gonna try to fetch, everything that we need. So we're gonna wait a little bit till this one is finished. This will take a little while, of course. But in the meanwhile, we can go back to our blocked protocol and we can finish the delete from block list. Let me check really quick. Okay, so I think, let me think. What will be the easiest way to do this, right? So I think the easiest way to do this is to just copy and paste this one, just like this. Okay, so now we can say let blocks is equal to try await block list of blocked model dot query. We're going to query on rec.db and we're going to filter them. We're going to do filter. As you can see now, this works again, right? So backslash dot dollar sign. So we're going to call the user ID is equal to user ID. And we're also going to filter dot filter. Okay, so now we finally get the errors we need, and after that we're gonna fix all this stuff. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I also need a try here, so we can say try await. Okay, so in here, what is complaining? Why are you complaining? Cannot infer key path. Yes, you can. Let's go to block model really quick. So user ID and blocked user ID. That should be okay, right? And okay, we made a few mistakes here. Let's fix this really quick. So this is how coding works, right? We make mistakes, we fix them in between. Okay, so it's complaining. So user ID is equal to user ID, cannot infer from key context. Yes, you can. I'm importing Fluent. That should be okay, so don't worry about it for now. Backslash dot dollar sign. And we want to also get the blocked user ID. It's equal to, and this is going to be equal to ID dot first. And instead of blocks, we can just say dot block. Missing argument. Which argument are you missing? No exact match is a call for instance method filter. Yes, there are. Fluent. This is weird. Backslash dot. This should be fine though. Let me see. So we have Fluent imported, so that should be okay. Let's go to blocked model. Maybe we forgot something there. So we have Foundation, Fluent, and Vapor. Let's see. This has to be field key instead of field. Sorry. So let's change this to field key. So this should fix it. Okay. So I think we also made a mistake at followers model. So let's also fix that one. And this instead of field is going to be field key. Field key. Okay, type followers model. Okay, yes, that is true. This has to be followers user ID. Okay, so this is fixed. Let's also check the likes model really quick. Did we change everything here? Let's also fix this one. This has to be field key as well. This has to be field key. Okay, so let's also check the blacklist model really quick. And in here we didn't make does not conform to protocol. Let's check. Why not? Update object and delete object. Okay, so this is not right. So let's go to the blacklist protocol. Did we make a mistake? I already see it. We forgot to put them in an extension. So let's comment access extension of blacklist protocol. And we're going to do the same for the last one. Command X extension of blacklist protocol, just like this. And now it's complaining here, so this is going to be try await because we're using async await. Try await. Okay, so this one is fixed. Oh, this also has to be try await. Okay, perfect. And in here, but to create object on blacklist, we also forgot return .ok. And in here, we also forgot to do return blacklist list items. So that should be fixed as well. Yes. So this is a little bit how coding works, right? I mean, sometimes we make mistakes and we have to fix them, especially when I'm when I'm busy with you guys streaming. I tend to make mistakes. Let's check the helper protocol really quick. Okay, so we don't need to try here, so we can just do this one. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so this has to be try await. That should be fixed as well. Perfect. And now, yes, so this looks beautiful. Okay, so now this is fixed as well. So now we can say inside the blocked protocol delete from block list, we can say try await. Block.delete on rec on on rec.db. Let's close this and we can say return dot okay. So let me see if this fixes it. Probably does. Still processing, but yes. So now the blocked protocol is also finished. So we have to add block list and delete block list. And in the delete block list, what we're actually doing, we're checking if our user is logged in. We get the user ID. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, of course. We have to make this a guardlet because we are doing, let's make this a guardlet. So we can say guardlet block, else. We're going to do throw abort dot not found reason, and the reason is going to be no blocks found, and they should fix it. So it's always better to work with guardlet than that you're gonna force unwrap anything. So just make sure you teach yourself to use guardlet. It's a little bit more code, but it's just safer than yeah, it's safer. Okay, so now we can go to the blocked model, and on the blocked model we can say extension of blocked model, and the extension is going to be of blocked protocol, and then we can use the blocked protocol values on blocked model as well. Let's also create the followers model. So let's go to so we have blacklist, we have blocked finished. Let's go here, and we can say followers protocol comment n Swift file, import vapor, import fluent. We can say protocol of followers protocol, and I noticed the file didn't change the name, so there's going to be followers protocol. Okay, so we're going to need two different values, right? So we have to follow and unfollow. So we can say static func add follow underscore rec of request. And we're going to take the ID of user model dot ID value, but instead of no, we can do that. So we can say async throws, and we can say HTTP status. And next one is going to be static func unfollow. We can say rec of request, comma ID. We're going to say user model dot ID value async throws HTTP status. Now we can say extension, and the extension is going to be of followers protocol. So first we're going to take the add follow, right? So we can do this, and we can say let. You know what? Let's first call the user again. Oh, then we need the helper protocol. So we can say helpers protocols, and we can say let user is equal to get logged in user on rec. This has to be try await, And now we also have to get the user ID. So we can say guard let user ID is equal to user.id, else throw abort dot not found. Let's say reason, and we can say no ID found. Okay. So now we can say let new follow is equal to followers model. We're going to take the user ID and the followers ID. So the user ID is going to be us. So it's going to be user ID. And the followers ID is going to be the ID. So that's going to be the ID of the user that we want to follow. Private new follow dot create on rec.db. And we can say return dot OK. Now next one is going to be extension of followers protocol. I'm going to take the unfollow as well. So as you can see, I use a lot of like HTTP status and everything, right? And that is because if we return an HTTP status at the moment, we can just return OK or no, not OK and everything. But when we're going to build a website, we're also going to use responses for this, okay? But I'm going to show you how we can change that around eventually. Okay, so we're going to do the same here. We're going to say let follow. Let's first grab this one like this. So let follow is equal to try await followers model dot query on rec.db dot filter backslash dot $, and this is going to be user ID is equal to user ID. After that, we're going to dot filter backslash dot followers ID. Wait, what was it called? Followers. Follow user ID. I'm sorry. So follow user ID is equal to ID dot first. Let's make this a guard let. Yeah, let's say guard let. Else throw abort dot not found. And we can return a reason. And the reason is going to be no follow found. So this is never going to happen, right? That we don't find a follow because we're not going to call this, right? But if we want to delete the follow, so we can say try wait follow.delete on rec.db, because it expects that we find something. That's why we have to secure this with guard let. Because even if we know that it will never happen, that a follow doesn't exist when we search for it, we have to make sure that it exists anyway, otherwise this is not going to work. So we can say return dot OK. Okay, so this starts to look like something, right? This is actually really beautiful. So we have followers finished. We also have blocked finished, blacklist finished. Let's also finish the likes system. So we're going to say new folder, likes protocol. Perfect. So for the likes protocol, we're going to need two protocols. So we're going to say likes protocol, import vapor, import fluent. And now I'm thinking about it, we could have made this reusable. So add follow, unfollow. We could make this reusable and then just and then just do something with it. We didn't. I'm not going to change that around now. So in here, we can say protocol, likes protocol. Let's open this one up. Okay, so the first one is going to be static func like underscore rec of request underscore, and this is going to be ID, and this is going to be UUID. Okay, so for the like system, we're going to take a UUID approach instead of a model ID value approach, so that we don't need two different models. We can just use one model for multiple likes. Okay, async throws, and this is going to be an HTTP status. And we can say static func dislike. No, not dislike. Let's say unlike. And we can say rec of request underscore ID of UUID async throws. I'm going to say HTTP status. Now we can create an extension of the likes protocol. Let's get this in there. And I have a feeling that my stream is hanging again. Yeah, so apparently OBS didn't capture the video footage where we have been creating the likes and the followers protocol. Apparently something is going wrong. Something is going wrong with OBS today. I don't understand this. Let me check OBS really quick, because maybe we can still fix it. Or save it. Let me say it like that. I don't know what it is today. I mean, OBS was also really being annoying the last time and again. Let me see really quick. Okay, so this is why I watch my own stream while I'm doing this, because apparently for some reason OBS stops recording after a while. I don't know, or starts to stream after a while. It only streams my voice. Okay, so just to show you guys the code, what we did before, because apparently it didn't. So we created the followers protocol. This is what we did before, but for some reason OBS stopped recording. I will push this to the GitHub, and I will make sure that we have the code ready for you guys. And I hope to fix this in the next stream. So I'm really sorry about this. And we also created the blocked protocol, this code, and the likes as well. Oh, the likes are we doing now? Okay. So I will check why OBS stopped recording the stream, but it kept recording my voice. And next time this is not gonna happen again. Okay. And don't worry, the code is gonna be on GitHub later today as well. So if you want to have the code, you can just go there and you can get it. Okay. So inside static func like, we have to get the user. So we have to get. Let me go back to our followers friend really quick. So let's just copy and paste this one. And we could make this more reusable, right? If we wanted to. So we can select new like is equal to likes model. Okay, so this is going to be the user ID. It's going to be us, and the liked tweet ID is going to be ID. Perfect. Now we can say try wait. New like dot create on create on rec.db. Now we can say return dot okay. Cannot find get log. Ah, we have to call the helper protocol, so we can say helpers protocols. Perfect. Okay, so now last but not least, it's going to be extension, and we're gonna do the on the likes protocol, and we're gonna do the unlike, so we can copy and paste the unlike function, put it in there, and let me check really quick how we did that with followers. Did we create a helper function? No, we didn't. We just copied the user. So let's copy the user here, and we can check for the like, so we can say let like is equal to, or let's make this a guard let right away, so we can say guard let like is equal to private like model dot query on rec dot db. Then we're going to call dot filter. So first we're going to filter on the user model, right? So we're going to do dot dollar sign user ID is equal to user ID. After that, we're going to call dot filter, and then we're going to filter on backslash dot dollar sign, and we're going to filter on the wait, what was it called? Was it post ID? Let's go to like model really quick. Or did I just call it tweet? So let's go, oh, this is likes model. Let's check that really quick. Liked tweet ID. Okay, so we can just take that one. Like tweet ID is equal to ID dot first. And then we're going to call else. And we're going to do throw abort dot not found, comma reason. And the reason is going to be no like found. And last but not least, outside the throw block, we're going to say private like dot delete on rec dot db, and then we're going to do return dot okay. So this should all fix itself automatically in a few seconds, and it did. So this has to be try. I'll wait. Just like this. Okay. So this is a really choppy stream today. I don't know what is happening. For some reason, OBS didn't record everything that I was doing. I have to look into that, why that is. I don't know why. But don't worry. Even if you couldn't follow the complete live stream, you can still get the code. So let me open up GitHub. Let me get GitHub desktop really quick. So we're gonna take development tools, GitHub desktop. We have to wait till it's verified. It takes a few seconds. So I'm gonna push this to the GitHub. The GitHub link is down in the description below. Okay, so we did a lot today, really a lot. More than 22,000 changes with all the stuff that we added. Yeah, that's all the packages as well, of course. Let me check really quick. Let me see if our changes are in here as well, what we did today. And this is all in the bold folder, so we don't, okay. As you can see now, these are some of the changes that we made. This is all the stuff that we added today. So now we can give this a summary. So we can say created last models, description, created the last models, and we added the last functionality. There's one more thing before we push this. We have to do something. Let's go to the followers model. Under the followers model, so let's do an extension of followers model, and this is going to be of followers protocol. Then we also have to go to blocked model. Now blocked model we did, we have to go to likes model, extension of likes model, and this is going to be the likes protocol. Just like this. And I think we added everything, didn't we? Yes. So now we can go back to GitHub desktop. We're going to do command to dashboard. Oh, wait a second. No, this is a different one. This is not the one I'm working in. Let's see. I need X API with Vapor. I was working on my own website. Sorry. So this is all the stuff that we added. And now created last models. And we're going to say created last models and protocols, just like this. So I'm going to do commit to main, push to origin. And now everybody who wants the code, you can go to github.com/accidacademy, and then you will find the GitHub. So once again, I want to say sorry for the choppy stream today. I don't know what went wrong. I really have no idea. But I hope you guys still gonna enjoy what the stream was about, and that you're gonna, that you learned something. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down in the comments below. I will be happy to answer them in the next stream. I expect that's gonna be on Thursday or Friday. And the coolest thing is now we have like most of the functionality, or the basic functionality, finished, and the most models are finished as well. So in the next stream, we're going to start building the migrations. I think so. That's going to be preparing the database. I'm going to show you how we can work with Docker and which command we use to create a Docker container to run our database. And I think somewhere in the next stream, we're also going to make a small start on the admin dashboard. I will provide you guys with a template for this, because I built a template that I'm also using for Exodus Academy. And I'm going to show you guys how to use that. Okay? So I want to thank you guys again for watching. I hope you learned something. And as always, if you have any questions, come down in the comments below. And if not, thank you for watching, and I see you next time in the next live stream.